Subscribe now
and step into the magic. Hi, welcome to the Woo Ways channel. I'm Aumshree. Today I'm flying solo. Calvin is on the other side. And we are going to talk about yoga. With me is beautiful Kausalya, also known as Cikgu Devi, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to speak about yoga, women over 40, mothers, and those of us like me who are allergic to any form of exercise. Okay, so she's going to debunk some myths. So let's formally say hi to the most beautiful woman. She's lovely. So Kausalya and I go way back. We met under very interesting circumstances, but ever since then I've been following her journey, and I think she has evolved into this an amazing teacher. And so we want to get to know her. So Kausalya, can you tell me a little bit about your personal journey? Start with your name, where's your center, and then tell me about your journey.
Okay. Hi, Kausalya Devi Krishnan, also known as Cikgu Devi. My center is based in Semenyih. Okay, how my yoga journey started, I would like to share my story. Well, since I was 6 months baby, I always fall sick. I was an asthmatic patient. Literally, I bring my gas everywhere. You go. Now people bring their lipstick. I bring my gas everywhere I go.
So you have your gas tank, your tong everywhere.
Tong everywhere you go. You have to have the tong lah. So as I was aging up, then and when I was teenage, I was 18 years old, and I started going to work. I have another health issue that I was having gastric problem, very severe gastric problem. Then after I got married and everything, and having kids and everything, I still was not well. My sickness was getting bad.
Almost lifelong, yeah?
Yeah, it's like never ending, it's never ending. And the funny part is like my husband, he has a medical card by the company that he has can I say the amount that limited for
limit amount can company don't say.
I'm not company, the limit amount of the card. It's about 600 ringgit per person for a year for medical examination and so on. But my limit of 600, which finishes within 4 months, which is back then, 10 years back, if you want to go for a medical check or for a normal consultation, it will cost you about 30 to 50 ringgit per visit. Just imagine 600 ringgit, which has been given to you for 12 months, it just finishes within 4 months. So literally I was feeling this is not right, I keep falling sick and everything. I was looking for solution. That's when my dad always says, he's a very ardent practitioner of yoga. He's my late father, I would say. He practiced yoga without fail every day, and he really takes care of himself. He doesn't look like a man who's really aged up because of his practice and everything. So he always say, dear daughter, please do yoga. It's good for your health.
But do we listen?
I was thinking, Dad,
yeah,
why you want to bang my body and torture my body? The tablet is good enough,
Yeah.
So I always argued with my dad. He said, I don't want to do yoga. I don't want to do any physical practice because I just don't want to hurt my body.
So like, he should just drag you and say, sit here.
Then one day, sometimes you have the ding thing, comes to you. So the ding thing came to me after I realized I'm finishing the limit, the medical card limit. So I was thinking this is not the solution by going, getting medication and so on. So I went and ventured into yoga. So when I went first time into the yoga class, I was so excited. I said, okay, I want to make changes to myself. I want to be healthy and everything.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah. So I will make my first payment for the month, but end up I'll be going 1 or 2 classes. It's just like, never mind lah, today we sleep lah. Next week we go, So it was not a consistent, I was not disciplined. I would say,
can relate.
Yeah, I wasn't disciplined. But my father's perspective, that he does this yoga practice without fail, that really made me realize, how he's healthy at his age. How he can he can do a lot of things for his age, and literally he was having he was diagnosed with leukemia, blood leukemia.
I see.
Yet he was still active.
So
I
you
think
took
the
it
yoga-
like a day at a time.
Yeah, the yoga
Yeah.
was. Then I realized that yoga was actually helping him out. That's when I realized I have to change my mindset. That is the very important thing, that our mind has to be changed, and we have to be ready to take the challenges that we have to, put in our life. Because we already comfort in certain
Yes.
certain
Wants
daily
to
move.
try to get out of the comfort zone. Yeah.
Yes. Because my kids was young at that time, all were very small, so a lot of juggling things to be done and everything. So it was definitely not a smooth path of journey that I came with yoga. But over the years, then when I realized the thinking game, when I realized, then I did my practice consistently every day. I make sure I practice and everything. Then one day I realized, hey, I am not going to the clinic,
Yes, that is something I realized too. Even practicing any other energy modality, it is just one day you realize you're not doing the bad thing anymore.
Yeah.
Or the wrong thing
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So then I realized, it really helps. Yoga really helps. And I was telling you the palm and everything. I realized I don't need them anymore. I was getting my lipsticks nowadays.
So you will do what's in your bag later.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did yoga and you noticed these differences. So from day one to becoming, I mean, you're obviously a yoga teacher now.
Yeah.
So from the day you decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to take this further. What was the duration?
Okay, I started at the late 30s. That means I was going to my 4 series. So then I was going for my classes and everything. Then the teacher was giving us classes and everything. Then once she quit teaching because she had to move on from the place. Then some of my friends who really wants to go for yoga classes, they didn't know where to go. So I was thinking, I think I should educate ladies. I'm sure many of them who are looking for classes, they don't know where to go. So that's when it's about 2 to 3 years of duration that before I decided to take up my teacher's training course.
So on day one of teacher's training, you with your yoga mat doing like,
Yeah.
la, make me a teacher.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Okay, I have to laugh first. Okay.
Sorry, inside joke. She will tell you now.
Yeah, I'll tell you now. Okay, I was very excited that I'm going to teach. I'm going to learn and enhance my skills in yoga and bring it on to other ladies as well. So when I went for the class, the teacher, the master, he introduced and he said, what are the classes, how the class is going to be, and so on and so forth. I said, okay, it's okay, because I was going for yoga for 3 years more. So it's like the ego in me saying, oh, I can do, So then I went for theory class. So the theory class was fine and everything. So then he said, okay, all those who are taking up teacher's training course, you all have to come on a specific day for practice yoga. So when I went for the practice of yoga, because literally those who came for the teacher's training course at that time, actually his previous students who were actually going with him for classes earlier. So I'm the only one, would say, an outsider came into the group. So that group of people, I think there were 20 of them, except for me. That means 19 of them, except for me. All those 19 who came, they were doing yoga. I was thinking, ma, what are they doing? They were doing wonders. My eyes has popped up. I say, am I at the right place? Oh dear God, am I at the right place? Did I do the right decision by taking up this course? Or should I quit? They were doing.
It's like every teacher has their own version of teaching
Yes, exactly.
something,
That's when I
Yeah.
came to educate my knowledge on yoga. There's a lot of various type of yoga, because I was only thinking there's only yoga means this is only yoga.
Me too.
Like this,
I always thought
Yeah.
there was yoga means yoga, and then
Ah.
after that they have expanded it into
Yeah.
so many versions of so many things.
Exactly. They have a lot of modifications of and names of yoga that I was surprised. Maybe because I macam katak bawah tempurung, I was not exposed to things like this because maybe I'm outcast in a different area, not in KL area. What I'm not quite sure. So it was like literally eye-opening. Then I came back home. I told my husband, I don't know whether I should continue.
All right. So when you started yoga, you were already reaching your 40s,
Yeah.
right? Is that why you decided to kind of niche it into women and 40 and above? I mean, I'm going to be 45 soon.
Happy birthday.
I know, but you can't tell, right? But so we have a tendency of making excuses a lot more than the younger ones,
Yeah.
because we find that who will see us, whatever.
Yeah.
So why women over 40? Why is that your focus?
Okay, because women after 40, they will have a lot of health issues and everything because of the lifestyle and so on. So I would like to give an example. Okay, for an example, like you see, as we are aging up, your numbers, the value of your numbers increase. Okay, so
Aging up.
okay, for an example, a packet of nasi lemak costs you RM2 ringgit. If you have 10 ringgit, you can buy 5 of it. If you have 50, you can buy 15. That means when the value of the number is increasing, you have the power of buying it more. But when your number of your age is increasing, your ability, your capability, your mobility literally decreases. So I realized that through yoga, all the abilities is manageable. So not only your abilities will be manageable, but also your emotional, your mentally, your physically, you'll be more, have more clarity and more healthier.
Okay, so you're saying that we change, of course, our flexibility, all the ability.
Yeah.
All the ability is depreciating over time. So we're like, buying a car. Yes, right? So how, when yoga, you say it helps them, in what sense? I mean, yes, okay, mobility, maybe be a bit more flexible and all those things, but what does that do for someone?
Do means like for an example, I said about myself earlier.
Yeah.
So I was literally so sick that I need to see the doctor very often. So literally your energy is so drained, and then you can't do many things in your life. So this yoga actually helped me to come out of all these things. So I would like to inspire the other ladies out there. Actually, you are able to do. Age is just a number.
Oh, I want to just say something. Write in the comments, how old do you think yoga Kausalya is, okay, and what yoga has done for her. So the one who gets the right number, I will talk to Calvin and see and get you something special. So if you can guess how old she is, except for the ones who know her, that you're not included. So just write in the comments. All right. Okay. So what are the most powerful transformations? So what are the common ailments the ladies come to you for? And then the transformation that you've seen.
Yes. Okay. Very common is knee pain.
Oh yes. Yes. That's true.
Yeah. So through yoga practice and this movement and everything, they are able to strengthen the muscles of the knee. Pain it has reduced. They feel they are able to walk. I have a teacher who works in a private school, so she has to literally walk up and down every day. So sometimes she said, while she's walking, she can hear the kika sound. It is not the staircase, but her knees.
Yeah.
So I always encourage my students, don't overdo. Always respect your body limitation, but do, but
I mean, if you can't stretch it all the way, never mind, just stretch a bit.
Sikit sudahlah.
Yeah.
Jangan.
Sometimes people will
Don't
be
overexcited.
right?
Kan. Terlalu buat. Then she keep practicing that every morning. I told her. I mean, literally, I tell every of my students, practice one round of sun salutation and do your breathing techniques. And she be doing that continuously. And she said literally she doesn't have a knee pain has reduced and she's able to walk the staircase. And I have another student. She said she feels very depressed and very emotionally drained when she goes for work because of work pressure load, and she comes back home with a lot of pressure with the children and everything. You know, as a working mother and everything. So when she comes for the class 1 week once, the least she comes 1 week once, she literally find changes in her way of thinking, that she doesn't stress herself
She's not
so
so
much.
overwhelmed anymore.
Yeah, she's not overwhelmed, doesn't have the anxiety and so on.
True,
So
true.
it had really helped her.
Yeah. And all of us at this age, like 40s and above, you're definitely, most of us are mothers.
Yeah.
Most of us are still providers, and
Yeah.
we work full time. We also come home, take care of the kids and blah blah blah. And okay. And so this Mother's Day, let's give them something,
Yeah.
that this magic of
Yeah.
yoga.
Yeah.
Correct? So what is this? Why are people so hesitant? Like, if women over 40s, we know that we know the common issues: the drama, the children, the husband, the this, the that, the that, the that.
So on and so forth.
Yeah. So, but what else do you think it can help with? I mean, those are common excuses, but what do you think that women like us in our 40s and 50s,
Okay.
what are they experiencing that they desperately need yoga?
Love. For love themselves.
Oh, wah, cucuk the hati very lah. Why? No, but it's true, right?
Yeah.
Self-love.
Yeah, self-love.
Self-love, sister.
Yes.
Self-love.
Yeah, self-love.
Okay. So forget the husband and the children. Place them aside. Let's just do self-love. I, Aumshree, declare that I love myself enough to try one yoga class.
Yes, please.
Allergy. But still, I want to know, beyond the physical posture. Okay, I want to ask this one question. Like, talking about physical posture, right? Why all the yoga posters have the instructors do, like, the hands and the legs
it's the marketing
go
lah.
everywhere. It sets such a high bar, right? The expectation is so high.
Yeah.
So, you think
That's what I said when I went for the first day of the class. When they were doing, I was like, what is happening? Am I at the right place and everything? So then I realized that this is not only yoga. What I'm approaching is also another way of modality of doing yoga that everyone of any age can do. Yeah, I know.
So don't be afraid.
Don't be
do
afraid.
it. If you see the poster that way, she's telling you or he's telling you that's where you're going to be if you come to my class.
Yeah, sooner.
Yeah.
Or
At
later.
some point, sooner or later. So we know that yoga not only helps you with physically, it emotionally and mentally helps you kind of release all the unwanted stress and drama and things like that. So typically, what would be a session, a yoga class session? Like, what would it entail? What would it do? Like okay, you come in a class, you flip your mat. You've seen movies. You've seen on YouTube, lose weight, blah blah blah. Sit there and do, all of those things. It's very very intimidating. So what happens in like day one of your class?
Okay, day one of the class, for an example, we take you an example.
Oh, God.
Because you already decided to come. So you will come, I will try to make you I will make you comfortable. Because because everyone's body is different. Okay, everyone has the capacity and the capability are different. So I always say respect your body. When I'm doing the yoga poses, you go with the flow. If you're unable to do, pause, stop for a while, rest. The next class you come, you try again, and then slowly you will feel the comfort. Then you understand. Then your body will listen to you. Okay, Aumshree, Kausalya is telling you to bend. Please bend, Aumshree. So the body will literally bend you. It's about accepting the changes in your body. So slowly, I will be taking it slow and steady. Sikit-sikit lama-lama jadi bukit mah.
There is that bukit pose, right?
Bukit pose macam tu
Bukit
semua.
pose. Okay, so now we want to talk about what other modalities do you use Because you're more than just a yoga teacher. She is a certification, also like honor roll, like Calvin's one. Banyak ada. So what other modalities do you use with your yoga? Like, is it important? Do you need it? Or you as a teacher, you believe that you give a more wholesome experience?
Okay, I do practice Reiki healing. So I incorporate some of the yoga techniques in my Reiki healing, because when you want to do healing, for an example, if you want to see a doctor, you have to make sure he's in a good fit. So yoga actually helps to make yourself physically, emotionally, mentally healthy. So when I'm doing the Reiki, I incorporate with that. So when the practitioner, those who are taking up the Reiki courses, they will see the changes when they incorporate it yoga, because I'll be giving them some breathing techniques, because breathing techniques are very important.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Okay, I just want to ask you this. This question just came to my head. We at now our age, we are experiencing pre-menopause, perimenopause, all those other things. Can we do yoga while we are having our periods, or we are now at this juncture where we're either so irritated and we want to kill somebody, or we are, we just hate ourselves at this point.
What is this called? When you say you want to kill somebody, you don't feel good about yourself. I think it's all related to your emotions. So as we said earlier, yoga helps with emotions. So one way of doing it is through some breathing techniques. Simple breathing techniques will actually help with your emotionals. Right. So when your emotionals are being controlled, your mental level is also be in a what do you say? In a neutral state.
Stabilized.
Yes, it's in a neutral state.
Yeah.
You can see an example. Do you mind I share an example? Okay. Just say when you're angry, how would you breathe? You breathe too fast. So when you're breathing fast, your mind thoughts will change. Maybe it's just a small thing, but you overreact because of your breathing, and then you're mentally you'll be having all the
spiral,
all the beautiful verses of words will come between your mind. Yeah, and you were thinking, sometimes there are certain people that you, for example, someone who have just hit your car a little bit, and then you were very angry. I feel like, doing this. But after that, when you're breathing subtle, when you're calm and everything, you have clarity in your mind what you want to do next. So when in yoga, we will teach you breathing techniques and everything. So if you keep practicing this consistently, you will see the changes in your breathing patterns. So when your breathing pattern changes, you will have a very clarity in your mind. So you will not take drastic decisions, even even if you are in a situation or a panic situation. You will never get panic. You will be still calm.
Yeah, you will know how to handle yourself.
Yeah, I have a small story to share, if you don't mind. My son was wearing a chain, so he came to me. He said, "Please massage my hair and everything." Then I realized his locket, the chain has the locket, the pegang locket, the locket tak ada. Then he said, "Hey, where's your locket? Ma, you're so cool, ah." That's cool, you cool, ah.
The old amma would have been like, "Where is the locket?"
I saw that. Then only I realized, how come, so, and then he found his locket, like he was playing the football, he was in the field, okay.
So I just want to summarize here. So yoga is not just about the bendy stuff.
Yeah.
It's not about just doing the bending. It includes breathing. It includes all these kind of beautiful, different things that are incorporated into it. So with healing, as you do certain moves, it helps you, it calms you down, it brings you back. So Kausalya, what is your closing note for someone who is considering thinking or has done it before, didn't really like it? What is your advice to them?
Okay, a few things I would like to share, because maybe sometimes they would have experienced as we said earlier, we have different variety of yogas, so they have different type of approach. Maybe teacher A have different type of approach, teacher B have different type of approach. So you try to go and experience with different teachers
So
and see
you
which
suggest
teacher.
shopping
Yes,
around.
yes, please do shopping around and experience by attending few classes, and see which one connects with with you.
So when you know lah.
Yeah, it comes when you have the seeking. Very important, you have to set your goal, what you want to be and where you want to be when you are 90 years old or 80 years old, or where you want to be in your last breath. So to me, I want to be healthy and happy, so that I can do shopping until my last breath. So in order to do that, I have to be physically, mentally, emotionally healthy. So if I'm able to have all these three combination all together,
So when I want to just say, if not necessarily to set a weight loss goal, but I think it's more on an entire. How do you want to be body, mind, and soul?
yes, as we said earlier, when you keep practicing yoga and everything, your mind will change. You have better clarity. So when you have better clarity, you will understand what your body needs. Eventually, you will reduce weight because you know what is your lifestyle.
Yeah.
What causes you to be obesity is because of your lifestyle.
Make better choices.
Yes, you will have the clarity.
That's cool.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, there you have it. The beautiful Cikgu Devi.
Thank you.
Kausalya, talking to us about yoga, women over 40. And I'd like to dedicate this episode to all mothers. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything that you do for us.
Happy Mother's Day.